Hi, I'm Aniki Nippon. I'm back for Real Environmental Solutions Now. This is part 2. And of course, where I left off is basically the Brazilian rainforest is going to get destroyed no matter how many acres we try to quote-unquote preserve. And the preservation efforts are still good, but they're not good enough to restore the environment around the world. And of course, killing off every single cow is not a solution either. Cow burps and cow farts that make up, methane in the environment is not a realistic solution for us to pursue. But turning a non-existent forest, an area where there previously wasn't a forest, and making a forest there, I think is one of the best solutions that anybody can come up with as far as actually lowering the temperature of the earth and increasing precipitation on the earth. So I'm going to present to you 3 videos that really gave me a good idea in the direction that this could actually work. Isn't it crazy talk that you can think that you can actually make something happen in a desert? Well, I don't think it's so crazy. First of all, we've done it before. We've done it before many different times in certain areas of the United States. In the example I'll give below, I'll give the links to all the videos below. Of course, the first one is the Peter Andrews story, how he restored a farm based on slowing down the movement of water, because instead of washing everything away, slowing it down by using weeds and trees and so on and so forth in order to make that happen. And that's the first video. The second video is Dryland Permaculture Strategies by Bill Mollison. And the third one is the speech at TED Talks by Willie Smits on restoring the environment in Borneo. First thing I want to warn all the viewers is I don't necessarily agree that permaculture or Willie Smits' ideas are necessarily solutions to, ending world hunger or so on and so forth. But, I don't think permaculture should replace an industrial crop just yet. It just doesn't seem such a viable option, especially when you got wheat fields that, specific machines that, cut down wheat fields at an incredible rate and so on. I mean, I just don't see a viable option to industrial fields when it comes to viability of food. But what is interesting is about the permaculture idea, or the idea of restoring habitats in the desert. And that's what I'm interested in. And that's why I'm posting the video links here. So just to get that out of the way, I just wanted to note that for a second. Now, the first things first. In deserts, even in deserts, you're going to be able to find water. You will find water in a desert, especially if it's not surrounding an area that has any sort of digging. It just depends on how deep you dig, and then it's a matter of pumping that water back up. Now, with that small amount of water in a desert, maybe like the Sahara Desert or so on, something like that, there's already a lot of seeds in them. They get blown in and then blown out. It goes with the sand. Because there's no surface precipitation, nothing grows. But if we can take that water and bring it back to the surface, you can basically create an oasis. So what we have here is a random image from Google Earth of an Arizona desert. And this is just a random area that I selected. And the lines indicate a separation of about a mile apart. And each and every area where you see a red dot in the 4 corners that makes a square, this is the area that I propose that they should drill wells, and then over a short period of time, maybe like a year, pump that water to the surface, keep on pumping it until there's vegetation on the surface in these areas. And slowly you can expand the amount of area that actually has lush greenery, as the sand usually has a small amount of weeds and small seeds already embedded in that desert area. And of course, I'm not just proposing that this should be done in the United States. Imagine how much of the European or African continent can benefit from their glacial waters being restored. I mean, look at all these countries in northern Africa, for example, right here that I got in a screenshot from Google Earth. Look at how big this desert land is. Imagine if all this territory and the good relations between the European Union and maybe the African Union and a large funding program, can you imagine the impact it could have on the world? You know, it's not very hopeful to wish for the Amazon forest to be restored, but imagine if this entire desert was turned into a lush green forest. Wouldn't that be amazing? So again, thank you for watching, and remember to give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.